Hey, Coach, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. Today is episode 203, and the title is The Elephant Syndrome in All of Us. And I'll explain what that means here in a second. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read off a podcast review that we recently got. And periodically, I'm going to read these out. And if you leave us a podcast, I might read yours out here in the near future. And when that happens, I will give you a free 20-minute consultation with your business. So I'm going to read this one here. Let me pull it up. All right, here it is. This is from Coach C. Martin. And he says, listening to Ben not only motivates me to stay the course and to keep pushing, but also gives me practical ideas to expand my business. You can tell that Ben truly wants to help others succeed. I highly recommend this podcast to anyone looking to succeed in sports training. Keep fighting the good fight, Ben. And I will, Coach Martin, I will keep fighting the good fight. And Coach Martin, reach out to me on Instagram and we'll set up that call. And if you haven't left a review yet, and you've been hearing me ask you to do that for the last 4 months, then I highly recommend you leave us a quick review. And if I read yours out on the air and you listen to it, I will reward you with a free call. And I'll keep that valid until October 1st of 2019. Now, let's dig into the episode. So this idea that I'm telling you about came from a podcast I listened to. And I listened to this about 2 or 3 years ago. But this guy was talking about how in circuses, like when they do like the traveling circus around the U.S., when elephants are young, they tie a rope around the elephant's neck and they tie it to a post. And so this way, when an elephant tries to move or tries to break away, the rope yanks on the neck and it teaches the elephant to stay put. And what happens is the elephant gets conditioned to not move or not break away from the rope. And at a very young age, it conditions this elephant to do that. And as they get older, they can replace that rope with like a string. Because if the elephant recognizes anything around its neck, anything that's tied to it, it knows better than to break away from it. And if they wanted to, they could just break away from the string and go run off if they wanted. But they don't, because they are conditioned to how things were when they were younger. And this is what happens to all of us. All of us coaches out there, we struggle with this. It's like when we were younger, whatever self-limiting beliefs we had, we carry that into our adult life. And we have these things that really like keep us pinned to the post. It's like we have this thing wrapped around our neck. And because it was a certain way when we were younger, we think it's still the same way. But I challenge you to think different. And I'll give you a great example. When I was in 7th grade, I was terrified of public speaking. And I did a podcast about this. I don't even know which episode it was, but it was a long time ago. And I talked about, how my voice cracked, everyone was laughing at me, how I never wanted to talk in front of anyone ever again. And I held on to that idea for a long time. And that was like me being the elephant. It's like, well, I'm just going to tie myself to this post and I'm not going to move. I'm not going to break away from that thought. And I just put myself in that mindset for a long period of time. Seriously, that lasted for over a decade, that mindset. And then I realized, I was like, dude, that was so long ago. Like, I'm probably the only person who still remembers that. And if other people remember that, whoop-de-doo, who cares, right? Then I had to reinvent myself and realize, man, I need a new mindset here. I've got to change the way I think about myself in order to change, right? In order for me to have lasting results, I have to become someone different. That's what I did. And I challenge you to do the same for you. And it doesn't matter what environment you've come from. I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, or green. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever's happened to you in the past has zero impact on your future unless you let it. Like, if you're going to be the elephant and you're just going to stay tied to that post, go for it. You're going to live a life of regret, and you're not going to be able to have the impact on kids that you could have had. And that really falls on your shoulders. So that's it for today's episode, guys. I hope this helps you. Don't be chained down. Don't be like the elephant. You need to break away from that. And if you want my personal help, if you want to scale your business to that next level, go to our website, go to www.buildmysportsbiz.com, and I'll see you there. Go to that site, click on Mastermind, and that's where I can personally help you out. Go through that page, check it out. Again, thanks for your time, thanks for your attention, and I'll see you on the next episode.